Welcome to Bible Stories. Today's episode takes us on a powerful journey, from the quiet garden tomb to the glorious ascension of Jesus. As we follow these sacred moments, we'll witness the sorrow of his burial, the joy of his resurrection, and the hope he leaves with his followers. Let's begin this amazing chapter of the greatest story ever told. Nearby was a garden, and in that garden, a new tomb cut from the rock. No one had ever been laid there. It belonged to Joseph himself. They placed Jesus' body inside the tomb. Then they rolled a large stone over the entrance. Mary Magdalene and the other Mary watched closely. They saw where he was laid. The next day, the chief priests and Pharisees met with Pilate. "Sir," they said, "that deceiver claimed he would rise in 3 days. Order the tomb to be secured, or his disciples may steal the body." Pilate replied, "Take a guard. Make it as secure as you know how." The guards sealed the stone and stood watch at the tomb. At dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to visit the tomb. Suddenly, there was a violent earthquake. An angel of the Lord descended from heaven. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. He rolled back the stone and sat on it. The guards trembled and fell like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid. I know you are looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, he has risen, just as he said. Come, see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples." The women hurried away from the tomb, filled with fear and joy. Suddenly Jesus met them and said, "Greetings." They fell at his feet and worshipped him. Jesus said, "Do not be afraid. Go and tell my brothers to go to Galilee. There they will see me." Some of the guards went into the city and told the chief priests everything that had happened. The priests met with the elders and devised a plan. They gave the soldiers a large sum of money. "Say that his disciples came during the night," they said, "and stole him while you were asleep." That story spread among the people and is still told to this day. That same day, 2 followers of Jesus were walking to a village called Emmaus. As they talked, Jesus himself came near and walked with them. But they did not recognize him. He asked, "What are you discussing?" They told him about Jesus of Nazareth and all that had happened in Jerusalem. Jesus explained the scriptures to them as they walked from Moses through the prophets. As evening came, they urged him to stay. At dinner he took bread, gave thanks, broke it, and gave it to them. Their eyes were opened, they recognized him, and in that moment he disappeared from their sight. That evening, the disciples were gathered in a locked room, afraid of the Jewish leaders. Suddenly, Jesus stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." He showed them his hands and his side. The disciples were overjoyed when they saw the Lord. A week later, the disciples were together again. This time, Thomas was with them. Though the doors were locked, Jesus came and stood among them. He said, "Peace be with you." Then he turned to Thomas and said, "Put your finger here. See my hands. Stop doubting and believe." Thomas said, "My Lord and my God." Later, Jesus appeared again by the Sea of Galilee. Some of the disciples had gone out to fish, but they caught nothing. At dawn, Jesus stood on the shore. He called out, "Throw your net on the right side of the boat." They obeyed and caught a huge number of fish. Then John said, "It is the Lord." Peter jumped into the water and swam to shore. On the shore, Jesus had made a fire and prepared breakfast. After they had eaten, Jesus asked Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" Peter said, "Yes, Lord. You know I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my lambs." He asked 2 more times, "Do you love me?" And Peter said, "Lord, you know everything. You know I love you." Jesus said, "Feed my sheep." Then Jesus met them on a mountain in Galilee. When they saw him, they worshipped him. But some still doubted. Jesus said, "All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Go therefore and make disciples of all nations. Baptize them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Teach them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." After speaking to them, Jesus led the disciples out toward Bethany. He lifted his hands and blessed them. While he was blessing them, he was taken up before their eyes. A cloud hid him from their sight. They stood looking up into the sky. 2 angels appeared beside them and said, "Why do you stand looking into the sky? This same Jesus will return just as you have seen him go into heaven." And so Jesus ascended into heaven, leaving his disciples with a mission and a promise that he would be with them always. What began in sorrow ended in victory, and the message of his love continues to spread to this day. Thank you for joining us on Bible Stories. Kindly like, subscribe, and share, so more hearts can be touched by the power of his story.